Hi, Scorpio. My name is Audrey, Alison, and this is your March 2015 forecast for the month. I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for joining me and for tuning in and subscribing and liking and sharing these posts. Your support means a lot to me. So let's get into the forecast. I wanted to talk about an aspect that's happening on the 3rd of March to start the month off between Jupiter and Uranus, the fire trine we're having. Jupiter in Leo is trining Uranus in Aries at an exact 14 degrees on the 3rd of March. And for you, this will affect your 6th and your 10th house of work, health, and career. It's actually beautiful. I would circle the 3rd on your calendar because there could be very magnificent expansion in the title change or the title of your career, or trine is filtering harmonious energy in between the sector of health, the 6th house, and the 10th house of maybe even retirement. So there's something big happening on the 3rd in between these two sectors. And, Jupiter is luck and expansion, and Uranus is sudden, abrupt electricity. So combining these two energies in a harmonious way between the three fire signs or two fire signs is just very expansive at that time that it happens. So keep note of that date. Now on the 5th, we have our full moon at 14 degrees Virgo. So this is bringing an awareness to the 11th house sector for you. This is friendships and clubs and groups, memberships, social groups and organizations. Also hopes and goals and wishes is the 11th house. So, but having the full moon is actually bringing an ending or an awareness to this sector. You could see some friendships actually go away from you that no longer suit you, which, isn't always a bad thing. You could find that something is illuminated at this time that you need to see, something hidden that is now seen in the 11th house of friends, maybe seeing them for who they truly are. Or ending a membership to a club or group at that time and reconsidering something else around the time of spring. On the 12th, Mercury makes its transit into Pisces, and this is affecting your 5th house. I love this for you, Scorpio, because the 5th house is the house of romance, true romance. But it's also children and creative endeavors. So Mercury, communications, local travel, information, in the 5th house. Okay, so you could be learning about the children. You could also be communicating about any creative endeavors that you are starting or passionate about, because the 5th house is passion as well. Great time for dating, because Mercury is the planet you want working on your best behalf when you're online dating or interviewing potential partners or mates. Mercury has you, coming across very smoothly to people. So there's no misunderstandings at this time in your 5th house of dating and romance. So that's great. Take advantage of him there because he'll transit again on the 30th into Aries. So on the 16th, this is the date we have to watch out for. This is a tension day. The 16th of March, we're having our Uranus-Pluto square at an exact 15 degrees. Uranus in Aries again, and Pluto stationed in Capricorn. So this is the 3rd house and the 6th house for you. Watch your health on this day. Communications about information coming in about the health, there could be tension around them. Or 6th house of routine and work, daily regimen, local travel. Watch your driving on the 16th. There's an intensity with Pluto. This is your ruling planet, in addition to Mars, your co-ruler. But, Pluto affects Scorpios in a dramatic way. So watch the driving, 3rd and 6th house, local travel. And when you're running errands, it could be something very nonchalant. There's tension on the road. So just keep that in mind. On the 17th, the next day, St. Patrick's Day, Venus is going to enter Taurus. And this I love for you as well because Taurus is your polar opposite sign, Scorpio. So this is your 7th house of marriage, relationships, or business partnerships. Having Venus, the planet of love and money, in your 7th house sector for the remainder of the month, in addition to half of April. This is huge for those of you looking to start relationship, who are in relationships. There's a deepening here. There's a smoothing over of connection and love. Oh, there's these two birds. As soon as I said that, there's these two birds outside. I've seen this once before in my life. Where was that? Oh, they're flying like intertwined next to each other, kind of like Mars and Venus dancing, but they're kind of like mating and flying. It just looks so beautiful. Sorry, it was distracting, but seeing two birds go at it, you might want to take a minute to watch. Okay, so Venus, this beautiful romantic planet, is going into the 7th house. Amazing for those of you starting relationships, looking for relationship. Venus could bring them to you. Venus is like, it's time to address this in the 7th house, because she's going to be there once a year. And take advantage of this 30 days. Get out there. If you want a relationship, just make yourself seen. It could very much happen at that time and throughout the whole transit. Now, on the 20th, this is exciting because on March 20th, it's always the first day of spring, the vernal equinox in the northern hemisphere. It's the autumnal equinox in the southern hemisphere. It's the first day of autumn. But it's not always a new moon or a solar eclipse, which is exactly what's up on the 20th. It's our first day of the astrological year, the first day of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. And we have our new moon solar eclipse at 29 degrees Pisces, on the cusp of the Aries sign. But this will affect your 5th house again of romance. But also the 6th house will get some input, the health sector, which is great for you, Scorpios, because I feel like, you've had some up and downs with the health. But this is positive energy. The sun is now entering Aries. So the 6th house will get its reprieve. The top of the month with that trine affecting the 6th. Then the sun goes in the 6th. And then on the 30th, Mercury enters the 6th house. So this is huge. You have such support around the routine of your day, how you're structuring the hours within your day, the 6th house of regimen, that I feel like Scorpios can accomplish anything in March. You're very accurate with your details, and there's an analytical side to Mercury that you'd be great at looking over your health plans and what works for you and what doesn't towards the end of the month and all through April. On the 31st, your co-ruler Mars enters Taurus in the 7th house again. So Mars and Venus will be conjunct in this 7th house sector. This is super for relationships for you, Scorpio. So congratulations there. It's very positive energy. Mars will be there for about 60 days too. So take advantage of him. He's stamina, drive, determination, will, all in the 7th house of partnerships and even business partnerships. So for those of you who are anti-relationship, and I feel you on that, sometimes you just can't put a square into a circle. For those of you who, don't have something going on, this is great for your business careers. And Mars giving you the right contacts and the right relationships for people in this business partnership sector, which is amazing. Let me get to the cards for you to give you that reading as well for the month. But if you'd like to book with me, you can find me at audreyallison.com and on Facebook at Audrey Allison Astrology and Tarot. I read all through the week. And I wanted to also say, if you'd like a detailed forecast that's very accurate to your personal natal chart, it's best to get your own personal reading for that. Okay, here's what's up, Scorpio, for March 2015. Lady of Fire, or Wands, or Staffs, whichever you prefer. This is a lover of the new. Someone, you know, Scorpios, you might be tired of the old and want something new. Five of Coins. The Beggar, something is missing. We'll see what this applies to. Justice, the card of Libra, but it's also the card of legalities and settlements, contracts, negotiations, the law. And the Nine of Swords, facing your fears. Okay. Scorpios might feel that something, this card is actually called the lover of the new, and it's also the lover of dance. This lady likes to dance, and I don't blame her. Okay, so you might be missing someone like this in your life, or something like this in your life, something new, or the passion, the fire. This lady of passion. Scorpio might be feeling, where is it? What have I missed? The Five of Coins is someone who has missed something as well, and needs to replenish it in their lives. Now, for those of you dealing with legal cases, divorces, or even, being sued, lawsuits, etc., this upright is telling me that there is, a healing here, a reward, justice. As long as you face your fears, don't be hesitant. Face what you think is fearful to you. And then, great reward can come from you facing your fears, for sure. And also the swords cards is, something on your mind. The swords are the intellect, the thoughts. So what's on your mind that you need to face? And then perhaps it won't be missing anymore. So this is something to consider. I wish you a beautiful month, and I'm so glad you tuned in, Scorpio. Have a sweet day, and I'll see you in April. Bye.